Just let yourself settle in. That's it. Feel the weight of the day melting away, as if you're sinking into the softest bed of moss, warm and safe. And as you breathe in and out, let your mind drift to a place where time moves slower, where the air smells of earth and herbs, and the only sound is the whisper of the night breeze. Our story today begins in a hidden garden, a place tucked away behind ancient stone walls, where the moonlight spills like liquid silver, and the flowers. Oh, the flowers bloom only when the world is asleep. There is an old man who tends this garden. His hands are gnarled like the roots of an ancient tree. His cloak is patched with threads of midnight blue. And his eyes, they hold the quiet wisdom of someone who has listened, truly listened, to the whispers of the earth. Every night, when the village sleeps, he walks the winding path to his sanctuary. The stones beneath his feet cool and smooth, and as he steps through the Avico-Verde gate, the air changes. It becomes sweeter, heavier with the scent of lavender, and something else, something mysterious, the fragrance of flowers that do not exist by daylight. Medieval healers believed that plants under the moon's glow held special magic, that the silver light could draw out their deepest secrets. And so, our alchemist moves in silence, his glass vials clinking softly as he gathers petals that shimmer like stardust. The garden hums, not with bees, but with something older, a quiet energy, as if the earth itself is breathing. And if you listen closely, you might hear it too. The rustle of leaves, the sigh of a flower unfurling, the distant hoot of an owl keeping watch. He kneels beside a patch of moon, its petals so thin they are almost translucent, and as he touches them, they glow faintly. This is where the old magic lives, not in spells or potions, but in patience, in the slow turning of the seasons, in the quiet understanding between a man and the earth that sustains him, just for a moment, before settling back into the dark. Under your tongue has always been those silver strands you sometimes see before sleep. Those are the roots. The headaches when you forget dreams, that's pruning. The eclipses now, has always been, will forever be. The fifth keeper is folding itself into your left ventricle. Don't resist this, is how it travels between gardeners. You'll feel it sometimes a cold bloom behind your ribs during thunderstorms, or when you smell a flower. That, the moonflax is wilting. No, wait, it's translating into another medium. Soon it will exist solely as the metallic taste when you bite your cheek, and the way old photographs seem to breathe if stared at. When you wake, do this. Spit into the soil at a crossroads, not enough to quench thirst, not so little to evaporate before impact. The exact amount that clings to a baby's chin after its first ... Then wait 7 years, or 7 minutes, or until the scar on your knee from childhood pulses in storm weather. Whatever grows there will tell you what. The garden is closed now, has always been closed, will never close. Go to sleep. Wake up. Remember. Forget. The moonflax blooms regardless. The fifth keeper tends. The eclipses will return when the moon is next full ... But for now, let the garden hold you as you ... slip ... into ... deeper ... rest. You knew there would be 5. The alchemist of moonlight, the herbalist of day, the collector of dusk, the pruner of unnamed things, and now ... whose face is the exact shape of the hole left when you forget a word. In the Ars Botanica, they called it Hortus Anima, the gardener that tends the space between root and soil, between breath and word ... between. The silver flowers are screaming beautifully, their petals shredding into filaments that stitch the sky. This is why they only bloom at night, not for secrecy, but because moonlight is the needle and the eclipse is the dot. Watch closely as the fifth keeper harvests what the alchemist could never touch, not the flowers, but the shadows they cast during totality. These are the rarest tinctures. 1 drop IRS is exactly 1 year of botched. They're offering you the shears now, not to cut, but to be cut. This was always the bargain. Every medieval cure came with tax, not gold, but memory. The 1398 Compendium of Lunar Remedies suggests leprosy could be cured by surrendering one's recollection of ... What will you pay? That summer afternoon, the weight of your child's self's hand in yours. The shears are moving, and the garden isn't real. It never was. The alchemist isn't real. The child wasn't real. They're all just afterimage, the scar tissue left when something much older was ripped away. The real garden is. Your pocket grows heavy. It's the seed pod from the collector, pulsing like a terrified heart. The unnamed keeper extends ... When you place the pod there, the garden holds its breath. The exchange must be made ... but gently ... like returning a nightmare to its proper ... double quotes. As contact breaks ... you taste copper, and suddenly remember everything you forgot during childhood fevers. That's why they warned about this corner in the Hortus. It trades in, lost ... The twisted plant and for one terrible, beautiful instant, shows its true form. It's not one plant, but all plants. The ear plant that existed before light divided growing things. The keeper tends it not to cultivate ... but to restrain. This garden isn't for growing ... Did you know medieval monasteries often built their gardens over much older ones? That every healing herb bed might conceal it. You're back by the yew tree, though you never moved. The forbidden corner is once again obscured by sensible shadows. Your hands smell of something between lightning and wet feathers. The alchemist stands nearby, his face showing the first true fear. You single quotes V ... double quotes. He presses into your palm a moonaflax seed encased in wax. For when you need to forget remembering, he murmurs. The village clock strikes, but the sound arrives 13 minutes. This ... is why ... not to keep others out, but to keep their own secrets ... in. The seed ... will find its own ... planting ... time. Turn ... your ... head ... slowly ... where the moonflax grows twisted into warning knots, where the soil whispers apologies to whatever takes root. This is the place even shadows abandoned by midnight ... Its stem, if you can call it that ... spirals counterclockwise, violating the natural order. Medieval botanists called this contra natura and burned all records of its properties. Yet here it thrives ... Those aren't roots penetrating the earth, but the earth retreating from them ... The flowers ... their petals forming negative space shapes of things you used to love but can't quite recall. That one looks like ... no ... best not to name it ... double quotes. You feel rather than see. The fourth gardener ... its hands move in precise geometric patterns, pruning what shouldn't grow, encouraging what shouldn't exist. The 1496 Grimoire of Green Shadows mentions this one. Advises leaving an offering of your weakest memory when it notices you ... not with eyes, but by the sudden absence of your shadow. From its cloak falls a single black petal that dissolves your left thumbnail for exactly 13 seconds ... The plant is singing now. In the frequency of broken clavicles, you suddenly understand. This is how willow trees scream during storms ... How harvested herbs curse in apothecary jars. The alchemist's journal spoke of this. His ink turning to maggots whenever he wrote of that word you just thought of, the one forming behind your molars ... Medieval linguists believed some syllables could ... I. You've already forgotten it? Again ... good. The glass whispers ... In 14th century Venice, they called these moons ledgers, where all might of inns go to ripen. Touch just once ... and ... double quotes. The collector stiffens. Her head turns toward that patch of garden where even moonlight seems afraid to linger ... where something grows that makes the soil recoil. The alchemist never goes there ... The herbalist pretends it doesn't exist ... but stop before completing the teeth ... That hesitation, that's what keeps it contained. Just as medieval scribes would always leave one letter unfinished in dangerous spells. As the first true birdsong of dawn approaches, the collector presses something into your hand. It's cold ... then hot ... then neither ... When you dare look, it's a seed pod shaped like an hourglass ... filled with ... but tiny alternating flashes of yes and no. Plant this, but only in a place you visit. In dreams, but have never seen awake ... The 15th century Hortus Sanitatis mentions these, calls them tempus folliculus, warns that ... when you blink ... The collector is gone, but her footprints remain. Each one shows a different phase of the moon ... Just by your left foot is new moon darkness, and as you watch, it drinks the surrounding moonlight like spilled ink ... You'll return to ordinary time now, but the garden's witching hour continues, just ... behind ... your ... next. You shouldn't be here, and yet ... you are. That's how we know you're ready ... Come ... but leave one foot in your dreams, and don't look directly at anything until the shadow by the yew tree blinks first. She steps from behind ... no ... through the largest moon flax ... her cloak woven from the exact shade of darkness just before dawn. This is the dusk dew collector. Her eyes 2 different sizes, her fingers always slightly blurred at the edges. In the Nuremberg Chronicle of 1493, scribes wrote of Hora collectrix. Women who gathered the hour between night and day, bottled it, and sold it to poets for 3 drops of their finest melancholy ... Watch as she produces, from her left sleeve ... a ladle made of hardened mist ... a vial that screams silently when The alchemist's daytime tools seem crude by comparison ... These were forged when clocks still measured something other than minutes. She's collecting ... but the exact instant when night-blooming flowers realize dawn is coming. Catch one whiff, and you'll suddenly remember. Every time you ever woke, just seconds before the alarm ... something brushes your ankle. Don't look down, The gardens witching hour tenders move through soil like eels through water. Their names, if they have any, sound like a pencil dragging across paper after the lead breaks. Medieval midwives called them said they could rearrange a sleeping person's worries alphabetically. You'll know they've worked on you when you wake craving whatever your grandmother ate when she was happy. The collector now places between two moonflax blossoms a hand mirror tarnished beyond use. Yet when she breathes on it, the fog shows, that's you at age 6, planting something that won't bloom until. That's you, next winter, tasting snow that remembers being ocean, Medieval timekeepers believed in noon shadows could reveal, but never tell. That's why she's placing, into your palm. A single sunflower seed, engraved with, that exact date you were just remembering, double quotes. The knobbies grow agitated. Their buzzing now sounding suspiciously like a lullaby played backward. The herbalist presses one finger to her lips, and from her sleeve, produces a tiny hourglass, where the Seine flows, upward, This is your cue to leave. But as you turn, she drops something into your pocket, You won't find it now, Only tonight, When reaching for loose change, your fingers will brush a petal that smells like this exact moment. The gate creaks, not goodbye, But until later, behind you, The garden is already forgetting this daytime visit. The bees resume their plausible buzzing. The stone fades into nothingness. But the seed, The seed in your hand remains warm as a just extinguished candle. Plant it where moonlight pools, thickest, And when it blooms, You'll understand why medieval gardeners always said the most important growth, happens, Come, But step lightly now, for the daylit garden pretends to sleep, See how the moonflax is folded into tight silver fists? How the air hums, but lower, slower. Like a beehive dreaming? Watch closely, those 3 golden bees moving, just slightly out of rhythm with the others, Their wings make no sound. Their pollen baskets glow faintly amber at dusk. These are the somnium apis, medieval sleep-guardians, said to collect fragments of unfinished dreams. One lands on your palm, and you feel, not legs, but tiny fingers, plucking at your lifeline, rearranging something. She leaves behind a single speck of gold, that smells of, your childhood pillow. There, by the withered sundial, a patch of air shimmers, like heat over summer roads, and your fingers pass through, to something cool and carved. This is the lapis absentia, a memoristone mentioned in 12th century herbals. Invisible by day, solid only to those halfway between waking and dreams, Can you feel the grooves? Those letters that rearrange themselves. First they spell dormite, then memento single, quotes, then, Your mother's handwriting from long ago, A woman appears. Though perhaps appears isn't quite right. It's more that you suddenly remember her being there all along. Her wide straw hat casts no shadow. Her apron pockets bulge with something that moves when not observed. She's a luxe herbalist, keeper of daylight magic. While the alchemist tends lunar blossoms, she harvests the dreams that sunflowers swallow at noon. See how her scissors snip, not stems, but the golden threads between seconds. With one bare foot, she taps the ground 3 times, and where a toe touches, Daisies rearrange into a perfect circle. The shadow at their center points, not to the hour, but to whatever time you've lost. That summer afternoon, the snowbound morning, the moment just before. He adds, one petal, from a flower that blooms only once every 7 years. Can you see it? The way the purple-veined petal dissolves like sugar in tea. The exact shade of twilight, double, quotes, suddenly, The garden isn't just around them, but within them, The child sees centuries of winters preserved in the used rings. The alchemist tastes the names of every bee that ever visited his herbs, and you. Yes, you floating at the edge of this moment. Feel time, as a spiral, not a line. This is the secret. Medieval wise women kept in their bedtime tonics, They weren't just mixing herbs, but stitching little pockets of eternity into each sip, Now the child reaches into their own chest and withdraws a single glowing hair, finer than cobweb, brighter than starlight. The dream of a fish that flew, they whisper, as it curls into the vial. In old bed, they wrote a fish that could breathe clouds, Perhaps this was their, afterthought, until caught by one who still believed, double quotes, the potion, Now, iridescent as oil on water, is passed, then to elder, To you, the taste is every forgotten memory. At once, familiar and strange, like a lullaby in a language you knew before words. Warmth spreads, not through veins, but through timelines. You are simultaneously the seed, the sprout, the towering tree, and the decay that nourishes new growth. As consciousness expands, the terrible, beautiful truth appears. This isn't just a garden, but a careful stitch, in reality's fabric, each silver flower anchors a dream that might otherwise unravel, The alchemist isn't just a gardener, but a tailor, mending the frayed edges of the world. One moonlit night at a time, the potion's effects begin to wane, but oh so gently, like tide receding. The child is now just a shimmer. Near the gate, the already half asleep against the YEW murmurs. When you wake, you'll remember, but sideways, like sunlight through leaves. And as your awareness settles back, into your resting body, know this, somewhere, the moonflax still glows. The dewdrop still turns. The garden keeps growing, through your dreams, and beyond, into the, soft, Now the child begins to hum, a melody without beginning or end. It's the same song that willow trees sing. When they think no one is listening, the alchemist joins, his voice creaking, like an old gate in the wind, and you. Yes, you, find your breathing, matching, Some say certain medieval lullabies were actually plant spells. Met notes carried on moonbeams help roots grow stronger. Maybe that's why the silver sprout, is now dancing, just slightly. To the music, grow heavy, like the moonflax blooms, The child's form, shimmers, becoming part mist, The alchemist wraps his cloak around you, It smells of lavender, and old, stories, before dreams take you. Is the sprout, pulsing, heartbeat, growing, su, growing, su, sleep, when even shadows hold their breath. Come, curl up in the hollow between the roots of the great yew tree, where the air smells of aged wine and petrichor, That's right, Just let your thoughts unwind, like silken threads from a moth's cocoon, double quotes. The alchemist's hands, wrinkled as walnut shells, cradle the tiny vial, Watch how the captured dewdrop rolls like quicksilver, never settling, never still. In medieval times, such vessels were called lunaria glasses, believed to be made from sand melted by Mo, in, F, I, R, E, He adds, one petal from a flower that blooms only once every 7 years. Can you see it? The way the purple-veined petal dissolves like sugar in tea. The exact shade of, twilight, the moonlight-child, now more spirit than flesh, extends ghostly fingers. Their touch makes the glass chime, like a distant chapel bell. The alchemist nods, and together, they raise the potion. Two lips that barely need to sip, for the magic to begin, Do you know? Of course you do. Somewhere deep in your bones, because every sleeping draft, every warm milk remedy, remembers this first magic. The potion doesn't go down, but up, like reverse rain, becoming a silver thread, connecting drinker to moon, Listen, the night is telling us a story. Can you hear it? The way the breeze plays with the chimes made of foxglove stems, and crow feathers. That soft, is calling us back to the garden where silver blooms remember, the moonlight-child, reaches into a pocket woven from spider silk and dandelion fluff. From it, they withdraw, a single acorn, but not an ordinary acorn. Oh no, this one glows with the same pale light as the moonflax flowers, like a tiny heartbeat, double quotes the alchemist's hands. Still for the first time all night, medieval folk believed acorns contained whole forests, that if you whisper to one before planting, the tree would grow with your secret woven through its rings, together, the old man and the child kneel at the garden center. Their fingers dig into soil so dark, it's nearly blue. The earth here remembers every seed ever planted, every prayer ever buried, Can you smell it? That rich, ancient scent, like rain on stone and forgotten books, The child places the acorn right where moonlight pools thickest, And as they cover it, something magical happens. The surrounding moonflax, all lean toward the spot, their petals forming a living halo, In monks would sometimes plant moon seeds, during the dark phase, believing they'd grow wiser, slower, when the last handful of soil falls, something even more impossible, the ground, just barely, glows. And there, breaking through, the tiniest silver shoot, unfurling like a baby's fist, after a long nap, knowledge, just like this little acorn, settling into its cradle of earth, a sound like dry leaves tumbling, M from his sleeve, produces a tiny vial, no bigger than a teardrop, he catches, from the new sprout, and it shines, like liquid mercury in his palm. Do you feel it? That tingling? In your fingertips? That's the garden's magic. Reaching out, through the story, to tell you, that all growing things are connected. But tonight, something changes. The garden gate creaks. Just once, and there, standing in the ivy-fromed archway, is a child, This one has eyes that reflect the moonlight, and bare feet that don't disturb the dewy grass. The alchemist doesn't turn, but he smiles, as if he's been waiting, Double quotes. Do you know, in some old traditions, they said children could see plant spirits, that before the age of 7, their eyes hadn't yet, to the invisible world, where the silver flowers grow thickest, and places one small palm flat against the earth. The response is immediate, a vibration, not sound, but feeling. The moonflax stems quiver, their petals turning, like tiny faces toward the touch, Double quotes. The alchemist finally speaks. His voice, like wind through dried lavender, they remember you. And isn't that the most comforting thought? That the earth remembers, that even when we sleep, the moon tends to secret gardens. Breathe in, that cool, herb-scented air. Notice how your shoulders relax, as the child's do. Sitting now among the flowers, casts just enough light to make the flower stems glow, like veins of starlight, With every exhale, you become more part of this scene. The boundary between listener, and story, growing softer, like the edges of a dream. The click of a glass stopper being removed, the swish of a wooden spoon, mixing something that smells like crushed mint, and distant rain, The child is speaking now, but the words are, for the flowers alone. The alchemist nods, as if understanding. His hands, stained with earth and moonlight, continue their work, and you, wrapped in this quiet magic, find your thoughts, drifting, This is where the old magic lives. Not in spells or potions, but in patience, in the slow turning of the seasons, in the quiet understanding between a man and the earth that sustains him. Perhaps you can feel it now. The cool night air on your skin, the soft crunch of gravel underfoot, the way the moonlight paints everything in shades of blue and silver. And as the alchemist works, his movements slow and deliberate, you notice the way his shadow stretches long behind him, blending with the vines, becoming part of the garden itself. There is no hurry here, no need to rush, only the gentle rhythm of nature, the pulse of the night, and the knowledge that some things, the most precious things, reveal themselves only when the world is still. Watch now, as the old man lifts a watering can, its spout shaped like a heron's beak. The water spills out, not in a stream, but in droplets that catch the moon's glow, each one falling, slower, slower, In medieval times, alchemists believed water collected under a full moon carried special properties. They called it lunaria, moon tears, and would use it only for their most precious plants, Can you hear it? The plink, plink, of water on leaves. The way some droplets roll down, tracing the veins of heart-shaped petals, before disappearing into dark soil.